Hello everybody and welcome back to Spintires Mudrunner, and today this is all because I just had to reinstall the game to fix the lag after the new map was dropped in. We are going to the valley. I've been blaming just about everything else, but here we are. We're in the A969 and then there's an MZKT over there. I think I'll take that one actually, because we do need to go to the garage. So what I will do is jump over to him. And that is one beastie sounding truck. If I remember rightly, the radiator is somewhere behind the cab. At least that's what it said in the book. Anyway, off we go. Where do we want to go? We come out to, I don't know, over here, there, and to the garage. Buzz off. Shouldn't be too hard of a truck of this capability. That's an odd combination of driven wheels, but I guess maybe that's what the other real one does it. Anyway, this will be a rather slow journey, as we've got a big, very big trailer, and this is only a 3-speed. And like the 7310 and all that, it is quite slow. But it is also going to be probably pretty relentless. I mean, I'm probably only doing like 10 kilometers an hour, but that's not too bad. Just have to keep the pedal in the middle as we enjoy the valley. And as I said, if you're having any lag in the PC version, you do have to reinstall everything, and which is a little annoying because I mean I have about 3 and a bit gigs of mods that are now re-downloading. Although there isn't much else you can do about it. I am very loving the new textures though. And just sort of keep talking while we're on the slow boat to the garage, I guess. And that appears to be an area where you can get some logs. Yeah, that's where the logs come from. And this is going to be a pretty vanilla session because, well, as I said, I'm still downloading all the mods, so half of them aren't probably here yet. Still, at least I can do something. And let's see. This is as much a learning experience as I actually haven't been on this map yet because of issues. Otherwise I would have probably had a video up, 3 hours ago now. So I turned the computer on at 12. But update apocalypse, which held everything up, and also which also got wrongfully blamed for the lag issues, but it finally started looking it up once all that sorted itself out, and proceed at a relatively gentle pace while I try and figure out where the best spot to cross this river is. Go over this way. Oh, this thing's a whiny transmission. Is that the gearbox there? Or is the gearbox under that crate thing? Yeah, I just need to hope this isn't too deep, because I don't really want to turn around and look about to find a better way. There isn't much in the way of trees that I can really hook on to. It's not too... famous last words. It's not particularly deep, but it is starting to be a little... Alright. Yes, that helped. Don't ask me how, but it did. Okay, you need to grab onto that one there, and then what is it hanging up on? Really? Was I just hung up on a rock or something? rocks in this game are weird. However, we have now conquered that area, and I just need to keep going this way, pedal to the metal, and hopefully don't get stuck on a rock. So I don't think there's much in this level enough horsepower to pull this out if it gets stuck. And some more winching, because I think this thing just has having a bit of trouble with the mud. In case of something being this big and heavy, it's not going to have an easy time of it. Although it seems to be starting to get on its way now. See what the in-cab view looks like. Yeah, it's alright, no fancy gauges or anything, but I don't want that one. But now we're starting to get it back onto a road, so it's only a matter of time. So yeah, like the other 8x8s, this is in the slow but pretty hard to stop category, like the 535, 537 and all that, and you know, all the other Maz products. It also doesn't seem to have any trouble driving over the trees like some mods do, and certainly most other vehicles in the game. If I can kick this out of... I wonder if I can kick this out of all-wheel drive without it stalling out. No, you just need everything just to keep moving, really. Especially at the pace I've got it set. More realistically, you would not have it all locked up on a... unless you're on a really soft surface like this. But on the harder bits you'd unlock it. Mind you, I could always swear that all the things I've said are red of, I think, I can't remember if it's one of them, but I'm not sure about this one, but some of the others is that they are actually always in all-wheel drive. But I suppose it depends on the source of the information. And I guess we can just keep going. So yes, the valley, there is plenty of mud and water. Now, should I drive through this or should I just drive around the... Actually, I think I'll drive around the side. There's more trees to winch if I get stuck. Which is pretty much a given. And this thing really goes through the fuel, as you can see. I mean, I have 800 litres, and I'm well on the way to burning a quarter of a tank. And I've definitely hit the water. Because then I have to winch to go anywhere. Really? Am I going to break all the winch points? Yeah, I got a solid one that time. And yeah, this is why I usually do my explorations in small, fast vehicles, because otherwise it turns into a winch-a-thon with something big and heavy like this. Whilst I sort of just rub it against this tree here and... yeah, that's not going to end well. On the other hand, it's certainly able to force its way around a bit. At least I'm hoping it is. Of course, now the back end of this doesn't want to cooperate. Let's see. I can hitch that over to there. I can... did I just break that winch? And there we go. Much better. And now I'm hung up on that one. Let's see if this makes it work a bit better. And there we go. I think it would have probably been a lot quicker to just simply drive through the middle of this bog. But then of course you don't have any trees to winch you out when you inevitably get stuck. Yeah, that's a bit better, although it does seem to have a very hard time with rocks. Although the smaller trees, as you can see, don't really even register to this, it just bulldozes them. We're only a few hundred meters away from our destination, I think. And the road's actually starting to improve a bit, so we can actually get some speed on. And so far this vehicle, despite everything, hasn't taken any damage, although it's more a case of I haven't gotten fast enough to cause damage. Yeah, and it's very hot today, and I think the humidity is something in the 90s, which doesn't make being in this room any more bearable. I mean, I currently have 2 fans blowing on me, and it's still basically like being in a sauna, well, just not as hot. Anyway, I've used over a quarter of a tank now just across the map, so certainly not the most fuel economic of trucks. Alright. The garage, we're finally there. Wow, these craters are huge. Still, it's just be a pain in the car. Okay, I'm gonna hit that pole, aren't I? Oh well, I'm far enough around I can just drag it around. And unlike real life, I don't actually have to worry about knocking it over. Alright. And after, what, 14 or so minutes of struggling, we're finally here. Alright, and stop engine. And what we shall do is get into the 969 and, oh, I don't know, maybe go up, hit a few of these. Now this thing actually has a V4 in it, an air-cooled V4 in the front, and it's actually front-wheel drive when it's not in four-wheel drive mode, just like the real thing. And this isn't the amphibious version, but there was an amphibious version. And as you can see, it certainly scuttles through the things. And this was one of the few vehicles in the Soviet Union, according to the book Cars of the Soviet Union, that the average Soviet citizen could buy off the shelf. Mostly because the most smart ones wouldn't. As for what you got, these apparently had build quality so bad that basically anything else was preferred. So I guess most of them were probably brought by organisations for that reason. But used the ZAZ V4 from the other one, like from the Level Fine Grandma and all that, and 4-speed transmission, and it's actually the ancestor to this was also where the ZAZ actually got its driveline from. And as you can see, this thing is actually quite capable off-road. Much more so than the default, like the UAZ and all that, due to its ground clearance and, well, kind of reminds me of some of the mod vehicles that I've used where they can scuttle along on rough terrain a lot faster than the default ones are. So I'm certainly enjoying this, although we'll see how it goes in the mud. And yes, you can see it still gets hung up on wood, just like everything else. You know, I'd assume the rocks do damage. And you do have to watch out for trees, because you know, those little stalky little things will stop you. So this thing is light, which is probably why it's so capable. But yeah, this thing, I might actually use this in a few of my map explorations. But let's see, come on. Yeah, it does find a bit of challenge with the trees, stumps and everything it's got to climb over. So yeah, I can't, unlike with other vehicles, I can't just bulldoze through those because again, they're not heavy. It's something I've got to remember when I'm trying to. It's not the one I wanted. There's something further away, like over there. There now. Finish with that bit of winching, and then we can just power around here maybe. Because I don't want to climb that hill if I don't have to. And I'm going to come down here. And yeah, this thing does bounce around a lot. And takes a lot of damage from rocks. And there's the first one, next one, and let's see where else will we go. Of course, now that I've unlocked the garage, it doesn't matter if I break it. Now, I don't really want to cross the rivers in this, but let's see, log station. I would pretty much have to come back this way, and I don't really want to, but that seems to be the only way I can do it. That's a good 600 meters or so away, so it's about the same distance that I've already driven in this. And we're approaching the 20-minute mark, so I might actually leave that here and like most things in this game, it just really can't handle these trees. Don't know why, because I've seen vehicles in real life monster over them like they're nothing. I think it's more a case of video game physics, I guess. That everything doesn't play ball. And once you get moving and avoid the rocks because they're a bigger game changer than anything else. So yeah, that was what's keeping me in second gear at the moment. So it doesn't seem to be too phased by the mud. Just everything else, like bumps and rocks that seem to slow it down a lot more than anything else. Probably doesn't help that I'm just straight lining my way across the terrain rather than going into it in great depth. And I don't think I'll actually do a full exploration of this map because, well, it's going to take too long, and I just managed to have a massive download to eat into my monthly download cap, and it only rolled over a few days ago, so I'm going to probably have to cut back somewhere this month. Fortunately, it's being February, it's a short month, so I can get away with it. And here we go, we're getting in amongst the trees now. Okay, why is it that some of them just fall over against this whilst others fight back? It does not seem to like bumping over some of those. They really seem to just basically pick the direction that it's going to go. That said, it's certainly good in the mud. You just sort of have to watch out for everything else, and yeah, I think I'll go back up via the fuel station, so I have a section on the open road to just basically cut loose. Well, at least I was planning on it, but alright. And to hell with it, I'm just going off road. Seems to me if it hits the tree on square it doesn't have any trouble, but otherwise it just sort of bounces off. Mind you, it's not this only odd thing I've seen. I remember yesterday I was exploring a map, to see if planned for maybe next week, although it would have to be a 2-episoder even in the F350, and I actually had bumped, I was moving slowly and I bumped a hillside, and then it was like the truck got falcon punched, I believe how the saying goes. It actually got knocked backwards about 5-6 meters, like something had hit it. Right. Wow, these headlights are feeble. Alright, come on. That wasn't really what I wanted. Yeah, I don't think it's going to survive another major hit, but let's me see. I think that's everything. We'll just get this one and leave it here. Come on. Yeah, it really does scrabble around a lot of things, but on the other hand it's also stopped by little twiggy bushes. And we're gonna just come over here. And I think that'll be all for today. So yeah, that's my quick tour of, well, a chunk of the valley. And I'll see you next time in Spintires Mudrunner. And if you liked the video, please leave me a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe for more daily videos.